Thursday, December 10th. There is the closing bell, guys. With the S&Ps down about 4 points on the day, the market tried to stop the bleeding from yesterday. Let's dive right in, break this market down, and then go over the top 3 stocks on the day. We'll start with the S&P futures, guys, and we're seeing some selling into the final minutes of the close. We take a zoom out picture real fast and take a look at the night session. We got whacked around 10 o'clock, European open, we got bought back up, and then it wasn't until about 7 when the US markets open, we started to roll pretty sizable amount. We had a jobs number come out at 8:30 and we got whacked down. However, the selling wasn't enough to take us lower. We saw a nice bounce, looks to be like a short squeeze. The shorts just couldn't get it and it just squeezed us higher, and we kind of consolidated in a range for the most part. We zoom out and take a look at it on daily. It's trying to form a bottom here. We just went red in the final minutes. We were green, but this is closing red. We take a look at the SPX, guys, and on an expected move, we expected this week 67 points. So we came pretty close to that lower edge, but we didn't fully flush down. When we take a look at it on the trade tab for tomorrow, the options market is pricing in at about $26, $27, call it, from the point we just closed at. So we go 27 up, takes us near that midline, about 36.95. 36.99 was our midline on the week, so look for us to try to get even on the week. However, we also take 27 down, would be about 36.38. Let's move on and take a look at the Nasdaq and see how it's doing today. The Nasdaq put in a nice green day. After getting whacked hard yesterday, it's finishing the day up about 0.25%. We had some selling in the final minutes, but it's up to say the least. When we compare this to our Big 5, we see that the Big 5 today is down about 0.25%. So it's about 0.5% difference from the Nasdaq and the Big 5, and largely due to Apple is keeping that number intact, up 1.5%. But the stress from the Big 5 is bringing the S&Ps down, which is why we closed down about 5 points. Let's take a look at the Russell, and it is on fire today. Now the Russell is up about 0.9% today. It was our leading index on the day, with the Nasdaq right behind it. So the small caps are seeing a lot of volume coming into it. When we take a look at some of the sectors that help the small caps, well, the financials are up. They're not down. They're up 0.17% on the day. However, energy is our star on the day, up over 3%. On a year-to-date, energy is down 31%. So look for energy to continue to see money rotating into a beat-down sector. A lot of energy stocks are on fire recently. Let's take a look at our advanced decline line and see how it broke down today. We can see our AD line. We have 33 stocks advancing and 68 declining. Now this is in the S&P 100, the top 100 market caps in the S&P. When we take a look at other sectors, we can see about half up and half down. You can see the industrials are taking a beating today, down close to 1%. And we're seeing that money rotating into energy stocks. And software got a nice bounce back today. It was down about the same, about close to 2%. It's getting that back today. Financials. And then you have technology right there. So with equities up for the most part, how is the bond market doing today? We can see the 30-year bonds are up 0.6% today. Some nice volume coming into these bonds, guys. When we throw this on a volume profile, it's peeling off of this 172.2 line. Let's look and see if we can get to about the 174 range. It's got a lot to move, but the bonds are heading up, which is odd with equities. That's kind of odd to see the bonds up with the equities. We're having the S&Ps down, but we got tech up and the small cap. So it's kind of mixed across the board. With a lot of confusion going on in equities and bonds, we turn to the volatility index and let's see what's going on today. We take a look at the VIX futures and they're actually up here, 0.78%. We got a little bit into the close. When we look at the VVIX actually closed green, up 0.11%. VVIX got whacked and it tried to get it back, and it's closing about flat on the day. This is interesting to watch going into tomorrow if VIX can keep a bid overnight. We'll see what happens, but it's going to be interesting to see if this VVIX wants to come back down to the 110 line. When we look at the VIX, you can just see we're just consolidating. However, 2 greens in a row is a little concerning. It could be peeling higher. We'll see what happens. It's going to come down to the stimulus, which It's going nowhere, it appears. Let's move on and see what the dollar is doing and then take a look at some commodities. The dollar index down today 0.3%. It's getting whacked. You can just see it got hit hard right around 8 o'clock when the ECB was talking. Dollar took a nice size down. Now, how did our metals do? Well, we see gold is up 0.04%. Call it flat on the day. Gold's trying to hang in here. When we take a look at silver, silver, I would say, is about in the middle of its range. You can just see, like, in that range right there. When we look at gold, gold's actually struggling to get back in that range, and it's getting rejected around that 1850 level. On a volume profile, you can see there's not a lot of action in this 1850. So if we can get above that 1850, look for that 1875, but gold is struggling. And then we move on to Bitcoin, guys, and Bitcoin is up ever so slightly, 0.22. It's holding up strong. I think Bitcoin is just going to consolidate here. However, 16.5 is pretty strong to 17K on a lot of my charts, and December 23rd, my charts are saying something big in Bitcoin is going to happen. Up or down, a sizable move is going to be made around Christmas time. But there you have it, guys, for the stock market breakdown. In terms of the stimulus, it seems that we're just at a standstill. There's nothing going on, no advancement today. They just say they're talking. The market tried to shake it off. It finished decently, I would say, because we didn't get much news or information around that stimulus, so we didn't roll over. So there's buyers in the marketplace. But let's move on and take a look at the top 3 stocks of the day. Coming in at the number 3 stock on the day goes to Southwestern Energy Co. Southwestern is up close to 12.5% today with a market cap of $2.3 billion. It's not very big. On a year-to-date, it's up 47%. So this is an energy stock, it appears to be. Well, what does Southwestern do? Well, from the name energy, I found they're an independent energy company focused on responsibility developing America's abundant supply of natural gas and natural gas liquids. So energy is up large today, and this stock deserves to be up with it. However, on the year-to-date, it's actually up compared to some other energy stocks. Why is it up today? Well, I couldn't find much on it, but there was a price target from Goldman saying it could go to $4. We throw it on an expected move, and we can see we came into this week expecting 21 cents up or down, and we are surpassing that. A 2 standard deviation would be about 342, and we got rejected right around that level. So look for 342 to give it some resistance going into tomorrow. However, if it breaks, it could get to $4 pretty quickly. Coming in at the number 2 stock on the day goes to Jumia Technologies. Now, Jumia has been on this list before. Jumia's up today almost 13%, market cap of $3.3 billion. Jumia on a year-to-date is up 477%. Now, Jumia's, I believe this is its second or third time making the top stocks on the day. Jumia is an African e-commerce platform, and today it appears to be a pretty big short squeeze, because when I look at the trade tab, it shows that it's hard to borrow, HTB. So it's hard to go out and borrow shares in Jumia. Possibly could be seeing a short squeeze today. I didn't see much going on outside of that. We put it on an expected move, and we can see Jumia had a $3.89 expected move. 35.43 is our upper edge, and a 2 standard deviation move would put us around 39.32, which we could be hitting that. Maybe we hit that tomorrow, and then we come back down to test this upper edge of 35.43. Regardless, Jumia is a hot stock, and it's gearing to go higher despite all the shorts inside of it. Coming in at the number 1 stock on the day goes to Lemonade Inc. Lemonade Inc. is up over 14% on the day with a market cap of $5.6 billion. On a year-to-date, it's up 43%. Hasn't been trading that long. It IPO'd back in July. Now, what does Lemonade do? They sell property and casualty insurance in America, and I can't see why they're up today, but a few days ago they did launch in France. So this could be a lot of institutional money coming into this stock, as you can see by the volume the past week or so, and it hasn't been around that long. So this stock could be trending higher. There you have it, guys, for the top stocks on the day. Did you guys catch any of these tickers today? If not, what are some tickers that you're looking at going into tomorrow? And if you've watched this far, guys, I really appreciate it if you throw me the thumbs up. It means so much to me when you guys show some love. And if you're new, watching this for the first time, I do these every day. Hit the subscribe button, guys. It'll really make my day as well. But have any comments or questions, constructive criticism for me? I'd love to hear them down below. But on that note, guys, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Have a good night. Take care. Peace!